Hi everyone, and welcome to Let's Get Technical. Today we'll be taking a look at Adobe Character Animator, a fantastic and easy to use software for creating your own animations. All you need is a webcam and the Character Animator software, which you can use for free at the library. We have access to Adobe Character Animator as well as all the other apps included in Adobe Creative Cloud due to the generous donation by the Rotary Club of Meaford, so a big thank you to them. Also, we'll be hosting a giveaway for Character Animator beginning tomorrow. Find out more information about the giveaway at the end of this video. Let's get started by launching the Creative Cloud app on the desktop. Here, under the Desktop tab, we can open Character Animator. Here is the home page. At the top are a few tutorials available for you to try. The first one is the beginner tutorial, which gives a great overview of the different aspects of Character Animator. Below are the different puppets you can choose from for your animation. You can also click the See More button to view and download more puppets from the Adobe page. You can also click the See More Puppets icon at the bottom of the page to view puppets created by a third party. Let's begin by creating a new project. I'll call it LGT for Let's Get Technical, then Character Animator. We can see it's connected to my webcam. Let's click the home icon and choose our puppet. We'll select the puppet Chad to begin with. The first thing we need to do is set the rest pose. Look at the scene on your screen, then press this button to set the rest pose. Now the puppet is mapped to my face, so when I move, blink, or change my facial expression, the puppet copies it. Additionally, the puppet will lip sync with anything I say. Press this red button to begin recording. While recording, the puppet will mirror how you move and record what you say. Let's play that recording back.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Let's Get Technical.
We can see that Adobe Character Animator automatically maps the puppet to my audio, so it looks like it's lip syncing. Let's take a closer look at the timeline. Use the slider bar at the bottom right of the timeline to zoom in. At the bottom of the timeline, we can see a track has been added containing a variety of clips with different letters. These are visemes. Visemes are generic images that are used to look like a specific sound is being spoken. At the start of the audio, it believes I'm making the S-type sound, so it tells the puppet to use that viseme. You can right-click on a viseme to change what sound the viseme uses. You can also right-click on an empty space to add a new viseme. Click and drag the edges of the viseme track to shorten or lengthen it. You can also right-click on one and silence it to remove it. This allows you to really customize the puppet's mouth movements to make it match up with the audio. In the Properties panel on the right, you can also change the tracking movements of the puppet. You can hit the circle next to each behavior to disable it. When I disable the eye gaze, it no longer tracks my eye movement on the webcam, and if I disable face, it does not record my head moving back and forth. Click on it again to re-enable it. We can also customize a puppet in Photoshop. Just click on the puppet in the project panel, then select this Photoshop icon. The puppet will then open in Photoshop. On the right, we can see the different layers to the puppet. There are also invisible layers, such as blink, that only appear when that action occurs. Let's create a new face by adding a new layer above the face background. Let's make the original face invisible by pressing the eye icon next to it. I'll just select the pen tool and draw an outline of a face and hair. Now I'll use the eyedropper tool to match the skin tone. I'll use the paint bucket tool to then color the image, and then delete the original face background layer. Now let's change it so that way the puppet has pink hair. Finally, I'll just change the eyebrow layers so they're also pink. Note, when it says left or right, it means the puppet's left or right, not ours. When done, simply hit the X icon and then save. Any changes you make to a puppet will only be saved for that specific project, so we'll have regular Chad back when we start a new project. We can see the puppet has changed, and when we hit play, it remains synced with my audio. As you can see, it's really easy to customize your puppets using Photoshop. Now let's try editing with Tull. Unlike Chad, this puppet has a body, and in turn a variety of actions we can have it do. In the top project panel, we can see it has added a new puppet and scene titled Tull. On the left, we can see this panel with triggers. Each trigger has a letter or number next to it. When you press that alphanumerical value on the keyboard, it will change Tull's expression or body movement. As you can see, as I press the different keys, Tull's facial expression and movement is changing. These keybinds allow you to really customize your animation to make it look lifelike. You're also able to import previously recorded audio and have your puppet lip sync to it. To import audio, click on File, then Import. I'll import this audio I recorded in Adobe Audition. Click and drag it from the project panel to the timeline to add it. To have the puppet lip sync, select the puppet track in the timeline and then select the audio track using Shift. Then select Timeline at the top, then Compute Lip Sync Take from Scene Audio. When we hit play, we can see that the puppet lip syncs to the audio.
Hi everyone, thanks for watching today's Let's Get Technical.
Now let's add some movements to the puppet to make it realistic. I'll disable the lip sync behavior as we already have that behavior mapped. Hit the red circle to record. As it records, I'm hitting different keyboard keys to initiate different triggers. When I hit C, he waves. When I hit Z, he puts his hands down, and so on. At the same time, I move my head and blink to make it look more realistic. I accidentally hit the question mark trigger at the end. Rather than redoing everything, I can just find the question mark track on the timeline and then delete it. I'll just click on it, then press delete on my keyboard to remove it. I can also delete this Take 2 audio track it recorded during that take, as we already have it lip syncing to the LGT Character Animator Practice WAV file. Now let's add a background. To do that, I'm going to go back to the Creative Cloud desktop, then to Web. Here I can launch Adobe Stock. The Meaford Public Library has access to 750 Adobe Stock assets a month, which are available for you to use when you access Adobe Stock from a library laptop. Let's find a picture of a cartoon library. You can scroll until you find one you like. When you do, simply hit the blue license button to license and download it. I previously downloaded this library image, so let's just re-download it by hitting this downward arrow icon. We can import it to Character Animator by clicking File, Import, then finding the image in Downloads. Click and drag it to the timeline to add it. Make sure it is below the Tull track so Tull appears in the foreground. You can also change the size and position of it on the right in the Properties panel under Transform. I'll change the scale to 50%. Now that we're done, we can just click and drag this work area bar to mark the beginning and end of our animation. Then select File, then Export, then Video via Adobe Media Encoder. Adobe Media Encoder will automatically open. To begin exporting, hit the green play icon on the top right. Once it's done, I'll just go to My Documents folder and click on it to watch it. Hi everyone, thanks for watching today's Let's Get Technical. Right now I'm showing the lip sync function in Adobe Character Animator. See how the character's lips move to my audio? This shows that if you want, you can record the audio separately and then sync it to your character later. Now let's look at how to animate multiple puppets in one scene. I'll create a new project named LGT Conversation. Then I'll click on Stardust to add that puppet. Now I'll go back to Home and click on Hopscotch to add another puppet. Each puppet has its own scene we can animate. However, let's add a new scene by clicking Scene, then New Scene. I'll call it Scene-Conversation. Double-click on the scene to open it. In this new scene, I'll add both puppets to the timeline. I'll just adjust the transformations of each puppet to move them so they're about the same size and spaced out from each other in the scene. Let's import the background by going to File, Import, then navigating to where it is. Add it to the timeline and change its scale to 45%. When you click on one puppet track, only that puppet is active. So when I click on Hopscotch and move, only that puppet copies my behavior. When I record, only Hopscotch lip syncs to my audio.
Hi, how are you?
If I wanted to edit Stardust, I'd have to click on that track. Now, Stardust copies my movement and Hopscotch does not. Next, I'll import a conversation between Ashley and me that I recorded using Adobe Audition. I'll click and drag to add it to the timeline. I know the first and third wave in the audio file is me talking, and I want to sync my audio to Hopscotch. So I'll click and drag the side of the audio to trim it, so it only contains the first wave. Then I'll add another track and edit it so it only contains the third wave. To sync both tracks to one puppet, in this case to Hopscotch, make sure only that puppet is selected, then shift and click the audio tracks. Next, go to Timeline, then compute lip sync take from scene audio. When I hit play, we can see that only Hopscotch is lip syncing to my audio.
Hi, Ashley. I was just wondering, would you...
Now, let's add another audio track, above Stardust this time. We're going to edit it so it only contains the second wave, as that's when Ashley was talking. Let's shift and click the Stardust track so it is also selected. Then we're going to click Timeline and compute lip sync take from scene audio.
Hi, Ashley. I was just wondering, what do you like most about the library?
I love reading and seeing all of.
There we go. Now we have two puppets, each with different voices. Now I'll use my webcam to add movement to make the puppets look a bit more natural. Let's begin with Hopscotch. With this puppet, you can also click and drag the limbs to move them around. I'll control the right arm with my mouse while recording to make it look like Hopscotch is waving. While recording, I'll also move my eyes, blink, and move my head to make it look a bit more natural. We'll repeat this step with Stardust. Just click on the puppet track and then hit record, then move in the webcam to have the puppet mirror your facial expressions and head movements. The Stardust puppet is actually able to turn its head when you turn yours. Each puppet has different features that makes them unique. Click and drag the work area bar so that way it ends when the audio finishes. When done, hit File, Export, then Video via Adobe Media Encoder. It will reopen Media Encoder. Once again, hit the green play icon to begin exporting. Now that it's done, I'll go to my documents and open the video. Hi Ashley, I was just wondering, what do you like most about the library?
I love reading and seeing all of the new books at the library.
I also love reading and I always find great new books at the library. And there we go, it's that easy. We were able to create our own animations simply using a webcam and Adobe Character Animator. I hope you stop by the library and give this software a try. Also, we'll be hosting a Character Animator Giveaway beginning tomorrow, March 24th to April 24th. Express your creativity and have a chance to win some prizes along the way. T-shirts, masks, and a red monster pillow. There are 6 prizes available to be won. All you have to do is create an animation using Adobe Character Animator and then share it with the hashtags Meaford Public Library and Character Animator, or send it directly to libraryinfo@meaford.ca. Then you will be entered in a draw to win one of the prizes. These prizes were generously provided to us by Erica Schisler, the product manager for Adobe Character Animator. So big thank you to her and everyone on the Adobe Character Animator team. You're welcome to use Adobe Character Animator at the library. Simply speak with a staff member at the desk and we can be sure to get you started on one of the laptops. We can't wait to see what you create. Thank you for joining me and have a great week.